If you want to laugh and have some fun, this is the podcast. This is the one. Lights, camera, action on your marker, set, go. Welcome everyone to the Suezie Show. Welcome everyone to the Suezie Show. Check, baby, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, baby, 1. It's called the Rump Shaker. Welcome everyone to the Suezie Show. On this episode, I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things, per the usual. But I do want to start out with, there is a new deodorant out. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. You might have heard it on the radio or seen an ad on TV. But there is a new whole body deodorant out. And their commercial is hilarious. And they're not trying to be funny. They're just talking about where to put this stuff. It's called Lume. Lume. And it's outrageously effective whole body deodorant for pits, privates, and beyond. Beyond what? Beyond your pits and your privates? And it looks like it's a cream. It comes in like a squeeze tube. Oh, look, they have scents. Okay, let's see what they got. Better smelling formula. Oh, Lord. Okay, this one looks like toasted coconut. You could have a toasted coconut asshole. That's great. Lavender sage. Oh, they have all the peony rose. Oh my God. The commercial for this thing was like, take a little squirt, put it on your finger, and rub it straight on your asshole. Your asshole won't stink as bad. Dude, I mean, I understand some people, they might have a little more body odor than others. Even if they shower, some people might have an issue with that. My advice to them, maybe eat less garlic, less onion. Be careful of what you're actually putting into your body, because that very well plays a part in how you smell. And by the way, it plays a part in how you taste, okay? I'm just saying it now. It could be your arm. I'm not even talking sexual of how you taste. I'm talking just your arm or your neck. Depending on what you eat, I'm telling you now, you taste like it. Not even kidding. And now I'm sounding like a cannibal, but it's the truth. And I'm not going to say why. Maybe I'll get into that a different time. Oh my God. All right. No, I'll save it. I'll save it for a different time. But anyway, it just tripped me out with the commercial for this thing. Because they were like, put it on your asshole. Put it on your pits. Put it under your boobs. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself and whatever personal hygiene product you want to buy or try out. Good on you. You go ahead. There's nothing wrong with putting a little deodorant under the boobs. But I don't know about taking some deodorant and straight up a cream and taking a shower and spreading my cheeks and rubbing some fucking what is some cream deodorant for my asshole. Like, how do you even know that's not going to make you irritated anyway? You're putting it straight on your private parts? I don't know, man. Soap and water. All day, soap and water. All right? Take a couple showers. You could use a washcloth and just rinse it off again and again. I don't know. Buy yourself some wet wipes. I don't know, man. You got to hear the commercial for this thing. It was like, it cracked me the hell up. Anyway. Whatever. There's feminine deodorant spray. You know what? I know now that I'm thinking about it, there's feminine deodorant spray for obviously women to spray on their, crotchal area for the deodorant spray to keep it fresh or, I don't know, powdery fresh. But do they sell man crotch spray for smell nice deodorant ball sack? They ought to. If they don't, they should. Listen, men's balls get sweaty. I'm sure they get real sweaty. And the sweatier they get, the lower their balls will sag. So when it's really hot, if a guy's got a good sized set of balls, they're knocking on his knees, the poor thing. I have a question. Why do men hold their penises when they're taking a piss? Is it
simply for the sheer aim of it all? Is it for the aim of it all? I mean, really, I'm picturing the penis kind of sits there on the balls. Doesn't it rest there against the balls? Even if it's long or short or whatever. And here's another one. Why the hell do they stand up when they pee? And a lot of men would say, because we can. Well, if women really wanted to, they could stand up and pee and aim if they had to too. But sitting down is a lot neater and cleaner for everybody involved in that bathroom. That's all I'm going to say about that. It don't make a man less of a man if he sits down to go pee. Not in my book. I don't think so. I think that's actually courteous. He could sit down and just go pee and scroll on his phone and just mess around. Whatever. I don't know. Oh my God, how did we get here? Seriously though. Like, why do they hold their penis when they go pee? Never mind why do they stand when they pee when they could sit down and pee like that. I mean, some guys would say, well, because their penis goes in the water because it's too long and it goes into the water. Well, that I could understand, yeah. You don't want the tip of your dick in some water while you're trying to go pee. If that happens, do you blow bubbles? Like, oh my God. That would be like a jet flow of pee. If you put the head of a dick in a toilet and it starts peeing and they really had to go pee bad and they're peeing hard. Like, that would be like a little piss jet. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is a fucking podcast. These are things that go through my brain, though. These are things that I wonder here and there just randomly. And I'm just putting it out to you. Like, if you don't have to hold it, why don't you just stand there? If you're going to stand, why don't you just stand there and start peeing? Is it impossible to do that? Or do you have to hold it anyway? I don't want to talk all day about that, but just food for thought. That's all. Just food for thought. Chew on that. Chew on that. That's like eat a bag of dicks. That's not what I mean, though. But when I said chew on that, and I'm talking about a dick, that's what I did. Anyway, that's not what I meant. But it did sound like it. Chew on that for a minute. Chew on that bag of dicks and see how you like it. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Let's go to the next thing that I was going to talk about. Back to the Lume, the Lume deodorant. Now, if somebody has excessive body odor, all right, they might actually be clean, but they just have that issue or whatever, right? That's one thing. A whole nother thing, if you really, because sometimes somebody might have just got out of work. Yeah, they might work in construction, working outside with lawn care or something like that, painting houses, who knows? Some people, you could take a shower in the morning and you're out in that hot ass heat all day, regardless of what kind of deodorant, you might work up a bit of a sweat. But let me tell you, I'm going to give you a little secret right here. You want to know how you see if somebody's well kept or not? Never mind how they smell at that particular moment in life. You want to know how you find out if somebody's a nasty ass or not? Listen closely. Check their toes. Trust your girl. Check their toes. If their toes could snatch a salmon going upstream, they got like talons. You don't want to know what's going on between their legs. You don't want to know what's happening between their legs. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing. They might need a little trim, might look like, it's about that time. They might need a little trim up or something like that. But if they straight up look like they haven't been touched in a long time, oh, better yet, how about this one? Ooh, how about if they look like they're being chewed on? Like, how people's fingers, when they chew their nails, what they look like, their nail beds look like little stubs. If their man, I never even thought of that one. If their toenails look like little stubs, imagine sitting next to that person 8, 9, 10 months later after dating them. They get a little comfortable. You're sitting on the couch. You look over. Motherfucker's got his toes in his mouth, spitting that shit out on your carpet. Yeah, no. You don't want to deal with that. And I'm here to help you avoid dealing with that kind of shit. You're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you for listening to the Suezie Show. But this is what it's all about. You help me, I help you. Help me help you. Show me the money. Help me help you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, it might be funny, but the shit's true. If somebody got some raunchy ass toenails, it don't take that long. You can go to the dollar store and get yourself a pair of clippers. If they don't keep up their toenails, and I don't mean this perfect pedicure because they go get their toenails done every 2 weeks. Oh, that's nice too. But that's not actually them keeping up with themselves. That's them pampering themselves. There's a difference. Oh shit, I went there. There is a difference, okay? And you might say, yeah, there's a difference between having the money to let somebody else do my toes and having to do it myself. No. Because no matter who you are, you got to have some kind of upkeep at home. In the shower, while you're getting ready or whatever. And that pours into how you live your life as well. That would show me, to me, whether I think it's bad or good or whether it matters to me or not. But still, that kind of shows me you're a slob. You're a fucking slob, man. If you can't take the time out to clean up your toenails and just keep them somewhat trim, somewhat cleaned up, especially if it's summertime, is what I'm saying. Summertime and you're wearing flip-flops and you got those shits looking like they're going to make tap noises when you walk, like one of those dinosaurs on Jurassic Park. You know, the ones that go tink tink with that giant claw? Yeah. Somebody walking around like that, tappity tap tap, looking like they're going to do a tap dance with their toenails. Oh, hell no. Trying to talk about, oh, give me a kiss. Get the fuck. Hey, buddy. Back the shit off, okay? Back the shit off. Hell no. No. Check the toes. You don't have to try to rub on somebody's crotch and then maybe give your hand a little whiff. You're not in middle school. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that shit. Because you don't know nowadays. You go to rub somebody's crotch, even over their clothes, man. You might come up with something attached to your pinky. You don't want to play that game. Right from Jump Street. Just check the toes. If they look even somewhat kept. I'm telling you now. You might not believe me. You might argue it. Or you might totally agree with me. But I'm telling you, the toenails will tell you how the rest of everything else is going with them. If they keep their toenails clean and trim and shit like that, I bet you their crib where they're living is on point for the most part. Might not be perfect, but it's organized. It's a good spot. Somebody who got nasty ass toes looking like toe jam you could take out and spread on a full loaf of bread. You think what? They got their crib is nice and clean. They just mop their floors. I don't think so. You got time. You have 5 minutes to check your damn toes. And if you are clean and you just happen to be one of these people that forget, you kind of forget to do your toes until your toenails start hurting you because they're digging into your shoes. Nasty ass. This is your reminder. Public service announcement. Check your shit. Do it right when you're out of the shower. Me personally, I got a couple things in the shower. I can clean myself up while I'm in the shower, so I don't have to worry about anything going on the floor that I didn't see or something like that. I clean my shit right there. Plus, your cuticles are nice and soft because of the water. You can make them look nice. And I'm not saying messed up toes like somebody got bunions or shit like that. That's a health issue. That's totally different. I'm talking about somebody that you look at their toes and you could tell they could reach that. It could be done. They could do it themselves. It takes you literally. It's not about money. You can go to the damn dollar store and get toenail clippers and a nail file, and boom, you keep up with your nails. That's all you gotta do. If somebody can't do that for themselves, that also tells me mentally where they're at. They might not be in a good spot mentally. A lot of people could have a good smile on their face. You meet them somewhere out in a nice outdoor, maybe a brewery that has a big outdoor patio facing the water, and you're out with your friends having a nice time, and you meet somebody, they seem super cool, super nice, having a good time, good spirits, happy, smiles. If you didn't check those toes, if you checked the toes, you would have saw right away, yeah, No, those shits they look real ratchet. They're ratchet toe. If you find yourself a ratchet toe, just hit the brakes right there, because that smile's not real. Whatever's going on in their life, they ain't got it squared away. And I'm not saying everybody got it perfect. Not many people have it perfect. We're all, a work in progress every day. And that's all right. But if somebody got jacked up shit like that, I'm telling you, this is your girl telling you, run for your damn life. Don't get involved with that. It's a mess. It's not a judgment. It's the truth. I'm just warning you. Straight up warning you. You're welcome. Speaking of ratchet, since I said ratchet toes, you know what is pretty ratchet? When people put vague posts on the internet. It's so annoying. Like, grow some balls, please grow some balls. You know what I'm talking about. People that will put some vague post on the internet, not putting facts or who they're or whatever. And I mean, it doesn't happen to me because I don't really care. But like, I don't care. But like people that I've seen it on the internet where you could tell people are looking for attention and what's wrong and what happened and who are you talking about and things of that nature. And it's at first I got annoyed with that sort of shit. Like, why are you putting all these vague posts on the internet? Like, just looking for attention for people to, oh, are you okay? And what happened? Who are you talking about? Oh my God. And all this other shit. At first I got annoyed with it a little bit. Like, come on. You pick up the phone and call one of your friends or something if you need attention or you need to talk about something. But then I realized these people are actually pretty fucking lonely and they're putting vague posts out for attention because they're lonely and they want people to show them that they give a shit about them. It took me a minute to realize that. That's what the conclusion I came to. When people that put all these vague posts about whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen it on the internet from one of your friends on one of the social media platforms because it's all over the place. Yeah, I can't be the only one who knows people who does this shit. I can't. I know you know people who do this shit. You must. And really, I'm just being honest with my feelings because, I mean, that's who I am. I'm pretty fucking honest to a fault. But it is what it is. And when I would first see these pathetic, that's how I felt about it, pathetic cries for attention. Like, I'll put anything on the internet, even other people's business, just so I could get attention from somebody else's tragedy or that I don't know them, but I'm still going to post something or something happened that they're vague about it. Just looking for what happened? Oh my God, are you okay? And not just this happened at this time and check this out. That's different. That's telling people, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's up. I'm talking about vague ones where you're just like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? And then I realized, really, think about it. If you're one of those people, which I'm sure you're not, because I do know the people who actually, I'm pretty sure I know a good portion of the people that listen to the podcast, and I could tell you definitely you are not the people that I'm talking about. But I do have, friends on social media and through real life, and that's on social media that would post and still sometimes will post some random vague post looking for attention. And I finally realized, yeah, man, to post something like that, just hoping to hear from other people, are you okay? What happened? What are you talking about? That tells me they're lonely as shit, which is sad because I don't care where you are in this world listening to this, no matter where you are, for the most part, okay, people have their faces in their phones all the time, unless they're at work, and they can't. Some people actually listen to podcasts at work, but podcasts are pretty cool because you don't have to look at a screen. You could just listen to the podcast and do whatever you got to do at your work. And if you are at work listening to this, I hope you're having an awesome day or night. I digressed there for a moment, but back to what I was saying. People have their faces in their phones all the time. Everywhere they go. They walk right out in front of cars with their faces in their phones, not even realizing they were about a quarter inch away from losing their life just there. Because they're too busy with their faces in their phones. Like, damn, people. Get your face out of your phone for 5 minutes and look around. And if you do so, you might actually be able to talk to the person that's next to you. Because there's people, hundreds of people walking through the cities right now. Hundreds, thousands walking around through cities, walking side by side. And they have their faces in their phones because they're out there on a computer. They're on their phone looking for validation and attention and a conversation. Think about it. How many times you see on the internet someone ask a question just to start up a conversation with people on the internet instead of just Googling it? Because if you really want to know something, you could just go into Google and ask that same question. Is the trash coming out tomorrow because it was a holiday this week? You could ask Google that. You're literally putting that on the internet because you're lonely and you need attention and you want a conversation with people. You feel lonely. You're reaching out, and instead of reaching out to other actual humans that might be at that bus stop or at the park or at the dog park or at the playground, instead of taking pictures and posting them while everything's going on around you, why don't you put the phone down and you might make a friend where you're not lonely, where you don't feel like you have to reach out through a phone on a social media app or social media platform to get any kind of validation or attention or conversation or someone to blow steam or information. I mean, why aren't we reaching out to human beings? I love my phone just like the next person. I have social media apps. Look at me. I have a podcast. I mean, and I do sketch comedy as well. Water Pistol Productions. It's sketch comedy. I've been doing that for over 10 years. It's been a while since I filmed a new one for that. I have quite a few ideas for my next sketch for Water Pistol Productions. I have to get on that, actually. But, I mean, I'm just like everybody. Listen, I enjoy my social media. I enjoy scrolling. I'm not going to lie or play like I don't. But I do realize, if I'm at the beach or if I'm somewhere with family or friends, my phone goes away. I put it down because I can. It doesn't have me like that. If I'm eating over somebody's house or talking with friends, my ringer goes off. That's it. Whatever, I could check later if there happens to be some kind of emergency in the next hour. When I leave, I can check my phone. I don't know. I had a point to that and I lost it. I just went off on a tangent about people having their phones in their faces instead of each other. And, the vague posts. That's what it was. I started out talking about vague posts. Well, it's true. Vague posts, people are looking for attention and conversation. When it's like that person literally could have been sitting at a park bench where there could have been a nice person sitting right next to them that they could have had a lot in common. They could have missed out on their new best friend because they were too busy reaching out to people through their phone instead of real life. I mean, I feel like we're losing touch with each other in a way, and we're just reaching towards each other electronically, and being with people you care about, if you're able to, spend time with people, family, friends, things like that. There's no better feeling than that. There really isn't. Like the phone, and there's no app that can even come close to the laughter and the memories that I gain from putting my phone down and being there in the moment and getting that conversation and Just being there in a moment and putting the phone down, turning the ringer off. When people come over to visit, my ringer goes right off when people come over to hang out for a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to try to be rude and sit there scrolling and while I have company. You came over my house to hang out for a little while. I'm going to respect your time and I'm going to have a good time and spend a little time with you. See what's going on with you. Check in. What's up? What's new? How you feeling? That's more important. Anything that's on that phone is not going anywhere. I could look at that anytime I want. That's sitting right there on the phone. Literally, it's there whenever I want it. It's right there on the phone. But the time that I get with people I care about, I'm not going to take that for granted. You're better off taking your phone for granted than people. Take your phone for granted. Take it for granted. Whatever information is on there is not going anywhere. It's on there. It's sitting there. It's going to be there. It's sitting in the waiting room for whenever you decide to open the door and say, okay, I'm ready for that information. The time that you get with your friends and loved ones and people you care about and new people that you meet and all that, like, that's life. That is life. That is the stuff you should be giving your attention to, because that is fleeting. Life is short. We all know that. Life is quick. It's fast. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It's incredible. It's amazing. But it is fast. And don't take time that you get with loved ones and friends and family for granted by missing what just happened because you're looking at your phone. I'm not trying to sound like an old grandma. Put that electronic away, sonny. But you know what I'm saying. That's the message. That I'm going to end it with that. Take your phone for granted. Like, that information is sitting there for you. Whenever you want to look at it, it's going to be there. But the time you get with people, don't take that for granted. Because we all only get so much time with each other. And it is precious. Phones are replaced every other month, every year, whatever. You can't replace people. Boom. And on that note, I'm going to thank you for listening to the Suezie Show. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next time on the Suezie Show. Yeah.
Thanks for listening and hanging out. I'll see you next time, without a doubt. Now you know where I am and you know where to go. See you next time on the Suezie Show. See you next time on the Suezie Show.